guys how to make a beautiful ass plug-in beat type beat. One of those beats that just, you hear that and it just makes you cry. Like, I almost cried making this beat, I'm not gonna lie. And that's okay. Am I a bitch for crying? Have you guys ever cried? I haven't actually cried making this beat. I was just
I fucked up. Bro, damn.
But have you guys ever cried listening or making music? Like, I definitely have, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm not a bitch for that. Like, it's music. You see, music is supposed to evoke emotions. And essentially, first thing I did was I started with these chords. So this is what it sounds like. When you're making plug-in-B, like, you don't have to have a shit ton of notes like up top. You just gotta have chords and then some filler notes, I guess, to give it rhythm. So I pretty much, the red ones, these are the chords, added some kind of notes here, just give it rhythm, and I copied the chords over, and then I did the same shit. Like, I added some more filler notes, I guess. So the preset I used was Dino EP in Xenology Lite. That is the free version, because I'm not trying to pay for this shit, I'm not gonna lie. Especially in the political and economical state of the world right now.
Dude, like, oh my god, like, can we talk about, like, the political and economic state of the world right now?
See, this is why you guys should subscribe. If you guys subscribe, and I get to, like, let's say, like, 500k, I don't know, that'd be crazy. I could, like, actually buy Xenology instead of using the light version. For only $0 a day, you can help support a young up-and-coming producer chase his dreams for $0. Like, that's a deal. Just press the sub button. On the mixer channel, all I did was I just took out some low end and then I added some reverb. Next thing I did was I layered the chords. So this is what it's the layer sounds like. I mean, it sounds the same because it's the same chords, but for this I used Time EP1 in Purity, and if you're trying to make plug-in-B, you just get Purity because this is like the go-to plug-in-B plugin. And I did the same shit on the mixer channel. I just took out some low end and added reverb. Then finally I layered the chords again for the third time with this pad. So this is what oh my god, this is what the pad sounds like. Doesn't that sound heavenly? That sounds like heaven. That sounds like, look, this sounds like your soul is ascending to heaven, and Jesus is just like reaching down, and he grabs your arm, and you're just like ascending into the heavens. And yeah, that's all I got. I don't know. On the pad, I just took out some low end and a bit of high end. I added the ozone imager to make it kind of more fuller sounding, and then I added reverb. I added ozone imager in like every beat. Then I added these strings, and this is important. Like, this is a pet peeve of mine. It pisses me off when people make plug-in-B without using strings. Like, I don't know, to me, the strings are more important than the lead, because this shit, right, the strings just make it sound beautiful. If you're not adding strings to your beat, like, I don't like you, I'm not gonna lie. See, that just sounds beautiful. So I got this from Purity again, and it's called Vanna Strings. These two strings are goated. These are like the most goated strings I've ever heard. For the strings, it's the same shit as the pad. It's the exact same mixer channel. So low end, ozone imager, and then reverb. I mean EQ, not low end. I mean, I took out low end, but so then I added some leads. So the first lead sounds like this. It's pretty much just this, and I repeated it, and that's it. But the reason it's so simple is because it goes well with the other leads. I'll show you guys what it sounds like after. But for this lead, I used a simple sine in Purity again. Then on the mixer channel, I took out some low end and high end, and then around here, see, look, this is where like the frequencies, this is where the lead is hitting, but it's really kind of harsh, so I just kind of lowered it a bit and added some reverb. Then I added this second lead right here, and this is what that sounds like. And this lead right here is the butter lead in Surge. Now this lead right here, this is probably the most goated lead for PLUGGNB ever. Like, if you make PLUGGNB, you should know about this lead. This lead, oh my god, let me tell you about this lead. This lead right here is the butter lead. Like this lead could butter me up, I'm not gonna lie. This lead right here, oh my god, this lead right. So on the butter lead, I just took out some low end and I added some reverb. And the third lead I added was this. So this is again Impurity. It's called PW for President. This is another like popular PLUGGNB lead that people use. But I pretty much just made this pattern right here. Well, it's pretty much just this, and I copied it over, added some shit here. Can copy it over again, and then I just copy this shit over, control down, and just push it down. And so on this lead, I took out some low end, added some reverb, and then added a delay too. So I put this to 4, and then I put that to 40. And the final thing on the melody was this guitar right here. So this is what that sounds like. So when you're making PLUGGNB, like, electric guitars just make it sound even more sexy. Like, I don't know. Like, they're good to, like, switch in and out with the actual lead. So, like, look. Like, yeah, like, I started the hook with the lead, and then the guitar comes in kind of afterwards, you know? And then it comes in here too, and I swapped out the lead. So, it's just, like, you know, cool. It just gives it more variation, and it sounds hard too. Let me show you guys a melody. This is what the melody sounds like together. So this is the hook, and then the guitar comes in on the second part of the the hook. And then during the verse, I added a third lead. So moving on to the drums, first thing I did was I added this clap. Then I added this rim shot. Snare. Second snare. Third snare. Snap. And when you're making PLUGGNB, you want to have a shit ton of percussion. Like, look how much shit I have on. Then I added this hi-hat. And again, when you're making PLUGGNB, you don't want to do this. Like, you don't want to just straight up do two-step pattern. You want to have space. You want to have spacing in between the notes. Then I added this 808. The next thing I added was this crash. But yeah, that's pretty much how you make a PLUGGNB type beat. Again, I have a shit ton of PLUGGNB beats on my channel, so if you want more PLUGGNB tutorials, just scroll through my channel. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. You made it this far, you may as well subscribe. You're not gonna have wasted all that time for just not to subscribe, and also it's free. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.